Nobody saw this coming, in a jaw-dropping twist that has the entire music industry reeling. Drake's a man who once said, "I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid," has reportedly done it again. Sources close to the OVO circle claim that Drake just dropped a private confession during a late-night studio session in Toronto. And this time, it wasn't about music, according to insiders. The rapper revealed that he's been keeping another child's secret, a revelation that has shocked fans, infuriated critics, and sent social media into complete chaos. The whispers say this isn't just another rumor. It's a confession that was caught on a hot mic during a studio live stream that was quickly deleted. But not before a few fans recorded it. One clip, now circulating across Reddit and TikTok, seems to show Drake mumbling something about a second son and not ready to tell the world yet. Within hours, hashtags like #Drake, baby scandal, and #HiddenChild2 exploded, with millions demanding answers. So, what exactly did Drake say? Who is the mother? And how long has this secret been hidden from the world? Tonight, we dive deep into the confession that might change everything we thought we knew about Drake's double life. Because if the rumors are truth, this isn't just a PR nightmare. It's a full-blown Drake legacy crisis. For years, Drake has built his brand on emotional vulnerability and smooth confidence. A man who bears his soul in his music, but guards his private life like a fortress. Fans have always seen him as a mystery wrapped in charm, the certified lover boy, who could confess heartbreak in one bar and flex unimaginable wealth in the next. But beneath that perfectly curated image lies a history of carefully concealed chaos, and those who've followed Drake closely know this latest confession might just be the climax of a story that's been brewing for years. Let's rewind. Back in 2018, the world was blindsided when Pusha T dropped the story of Adidon, exposing Drake's secret son, Adonis. That single diss track shattered Drake's reputation for authenticity. Suddenly, his entire persona was under fire. Fans accused him of hypocrisy, tabloids swarmed his team, and even close collaborators reportedly felt betrayed that he'd kept something so major hidden. For months, Drake went silent until he finally admitted it in his album Scorpion, saying, "I wasn't hiding my kid from the world, I was hiding the world from my kid." It was a defining moment. The confession softened public outrage, and over time, Drake won people back with heartfelt moments of fatherhood, posting pictures with Adonis, showing up courtside, and talking about co-parenting with French artist Sophie Brasseur. He looked like a changed man, a proud dad, a man who had finally learned transparency, or so we thought. Because recently, subtle signs began to resurface, small, seemingly innocent details that fans now see as warning signals. Back in May, Eagle Eat followers noticed Drake liking old posts from a Toronto model named Maya Renee, whose sudden disappearance from social media in late 2023 raised eyebrows. At the time, nobody thought much of it. Maya had modeled for brands affiliated with OVO before. But now, those same fans are connecting the dots. Reports claim that Maya and Drake were quietly seeing each other on and off for nearly 2 years. They were spotted at private events, low-key restaurants in Yorkville, and once at a Raptors game, though Drake's team allegedly ensured she sat far from his section. According to a former OVO assistant who spoke under anonymity, Drake had told close friends he was in a situation but didn't want another media storm. That assistant added chillingly, he said he couldn't go through that Pusha T nightmare again. He said this time he'd handle it privately no matter what. Fans now believe that situation referred to a pregnancy by late September 2024. Whispers started spreading through TikTok fan communities about a mystery woman visiting Drake's Toronto mansion multiple times, often leaving late at night with security escorts. At first, people laughed it off. After all, Drake's name has been linked to dozens of women artists, influencers, and models alike. But then came the slip-up. During a private listening event in Los Angeles, an audio engineer allegedly left the live stream running after Drake thought it was over. The audio that surfaced later that night was grainy, muffled, but one line was crystal clear. Drake's voice, "It's hard to love both my boys in silence." Those 7 words changed everything. Within hours, the clip went viral. Fans dissected it frame by frame, comparing it to Drake's tone, his inflection, even the background studio sounds. Many said it was unmistakably him. And when one account claimed that OVO's legal team had filed copyright takedown notices against the clip, that only added fuel to the fire. Why take it down if it wasn't real? As speculation intensified, Maya Renee's name started trending again. Old photos resurfaced showing her attending an OVO afterparty. And fans noticed a suspicious detail. She was wearing a diamond bracelet identical to one Drake had been photographed gifting other women. Even more damning, a friend of Maya's posted a cryptic Instagram story around the same time, saying, "Loyalty means keeping the biggest secret in the room." It vanished minutes later, but screenshots spread like wildfire. Then came the kicker, a supposed leaked hospital record. An anonymous Reddit user posted what they claimed was proof of Maya giving birth in a private Toronto clinic in early August. The document listed the father's name as Aubrey G. Though skeptics dismissed it as fake, Drake's team refused to comment, neither confirming nor denying the claim. And that's silence. That was all the internet needed to spiral. Now fans are revisiting every lyric, every post, every appearance, hunting for clues. One popular theory argues that Drake subtly referenced his second child in his verse on 8 a.m. in Charlotte when he said, "Sometimes the realest ones can't make the family photo." Others point to a recent concert moment in Miami, where Drake paused mid-song, smiled to himself, and said quietly into the mic, "Y'all don't even know half of it yet." Was that his way of preparing fans for the truth? Because now, just weeks later, reports suggest that Drake himself might have finally cracked under the pressure, admitting in private that he does have another baby. But here's where it gets even darker. Insiders claim that this confession didn't happen in an interview or a public statement. It happened off camera, in a moment of raw honesty that was never meant to reach the public. So, how did it leak? And why now? According to multiple anonymous sources within OVO Sound, there's tension behind the scenes, people feeling underpaid, uncredited, and pushed aside. And when an anonymous account claiming to work in Drake's camp uploaded 3 voice notes allegedly exchanged between Drake and a woman believed to be Maya Renee, the clips were quickly deleted. But not before they were screen recorded and shared everywhere in one. A woman's voice, shaky, tearful, said, "You said you'd be there when he was born. I kept my promise, Aubrey." "I stayed quiet." Drake's alleged response, calm but strained. "You know what I went through last time? The whole world was laughing at me. I can't do that again, not yet." That single exchange detonated across social media. Fans froze. Was Drake really talking about another secret child? The story became the #1 trending topic worldwide within hours, eclipsing album announcements, celebrity divorces, and even major political headlines. Hashtag Drake's second baby hit 12 million posts in less than 48 hours. And then came the receipts. A user under the handle @6xleaks posted screenshots of an alleged WhatsApp chat between Drake and Maya, timestamped just weeks before the rumored baby's birth. One message from Aubrey G. read, "If this gets out, I'm finished. I'll handle it, just stay quiet till I figure this out." Another simply said, "You and the boy are safe." That's all that matters. The screenshots appeared convincing, same typing style, same emoji use. even the same grain-white background as iOS WhatsApp messages. While some argued they could have been faked, others noted that the metadata from the screenshot aligned with Drake's known time zone in Toronto. Meanwhile, Maya remained completely silent. No posts, no comments, no stories, nothing. Her Instagram, once active and filled with travel and fashion content, suddenly went private. Her Twitter was deleted. And according to a viral TikTok thread, her modeling agency quietly removed her name from their active roster within 24 hours of the leak. The silence only deepened suspicion. Then, on the third day after the leak, things took a darker turn. Entertainment blog Tea Room Exclusive claimed to have obtained photos of Drake leaving a Toronto medical office late at night. He was wearing a mask and hoodie, visibly tense and flanked by 2 security guards. The article's headline screamed, "Drake seen leaving private clinic after DNA test allegations explode." It was pure clickbait, but it worked. Within minutes, the post had over 500,000 shares. Fans flooded the comments. "He's getting tested. That means it's true. So he really has a secret baby again. This man never learns." But then came the first twist. 2 days later, TMZ-style outlet RapRadarscope published a leaked internal legal document that seemed to show correspondence between Maya Sloyd's lawyers and a woman identified as Mr. The Letter, dated September 2024. Referenced a private paternity matter and mutual agreement of confidentiality for the well-being of all parties involved. And right there, in bold legal text, was the phrase everyone latched onto: "Acknowledgement of paternity is not an admission for public dissemination." That one sentence shattered the internet. To fans, it was proof. To skeptics, it was calculated damage control. But either way, it was clear Drake had signed something at this point. OVO's PR team tried to extinguish the fire. Anonymous insiders told Complex and Billboard that the leaked materials are unverified, calling them false and defamatory. Yet, curiously, Drake himself remained silent. Not a tweet, not a post, nothing. For an artist who thrives on controlling narratives, his quietness spoke volumes, and the silence invited chaos. Multiple fan accounts began piecing together an entire timeline: the alleged relationship with Maya, her social media disappearance, the possible birth window, and even a suspicious line in one of Drake's unreleased songs teased during a livestream. "There's a piece of me I can't show the world yet." Coincidence? Unlikely. Meanwhile, rumors about the location of the alleged child began swirling. Some claimed Drake was financially supporting the mother through offshore accounts. Others said she'd moved to the UK with help from one of Drake's business partners. One TikToker even claimed to have seen Maya in London, pushing a stroller outside a boutique hotel, and just when people thought the drama couldn't get any worse. The audio engineer responsible for the leaked livestream came forward anonymously on Reddit. Under the username Soundwave6, they claimed that wasn't a mistake. He wanted to say it. He was tired of hiding it. He just didn't think it had spread that fast. The post was deleted in less than an hour. But not before it was archived and reposted across platforms, according to Soundwave6. Drake had been drinking that night. Emotional after hearing an unreleased track he wrote for his 2 sons. He'd reportedly said, "They'll understand one day why I did what I did." That line became the new anthem of the scandal. Fans quoted it in captions, remixes, and tweets. Memes flooded the internet. Drake standing next to 2 strollers. Drake's face photoshopped onto Maury's show. Captions reading, "You are the father." But beneath the memes was real tension. Because if this was true, Drake wasn't just hiding a secret. He was repeating history. Even industry insiders started speaking out. One former collaborator told Page Star News, "Drake has always been private. But he's haunted by how the Adonis situation played out. he said he'd never let the world make a joke out of him again. If he had another child, he'd rather vanish than relive that trauma. That quote went viral, humanizing him and complicating the narrative. Was Drake the villain, or a man trying to protect his family from a cruel spotlight? But before anyone could decide, the story took another gut-punching turn. Late one night, screenshots began circulating of an email allegedly sent to a popular gossip outlet from an address linked to Maya Renee's lawyer. The email demanded the removal of unauthorized media content involving a minor and threatened immediate legal consequences. The internet exploded again, because that single phrase involving a minor seemed to confirm everything by now. Drake's empire was on the verge of collapse. His endorsement partners were monitoring the situation. OVO Associates began going private on Instagram, and his team reportedly canceled multiple upcoming media appearances. But the story wasn't over. Not even close. Because just as the storm reached its peak, a second insider dropped an even more explosive revelation that turned everything upside down. They claimed the baby wasn't with Maya anymore. According to the leak, the child had been secretly moved to a new location under another person's care, someone shockingly close to Drake's inner circle. And if that's true, it changes everything about this scandal, because now, the question isn't just whether Drake has another child, it's why he's still hiding it, and from whom. The next section will uncover the escalation and shocking reveal the moment this story spiraled completely out of control, with leaked photos, celebrity reactions, and one revelation that could destroy Drake's entire image forever. The morning the world woke up to the next stage of the scandal, it felt like social media had entered a different reality. Every timeline, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram was suffocating under one name, Drake. But this time, it wasn't just memes and theories. This time, there was evidence. Exactly 6:43 a.m. Eastern Time, an anonymous account posted 3 photos to X with the caption, "We finally found her." Hashtag Drake baby scandal. Hashtag hidden child 2. Double quotes. The pictures were grainy but unmistakable. A woman who looked exactly like Maya Renee, dressed casually in a black hoodie and sunglasses, was seen pushing a stroller outside an upscale hotel in London's Mayfair district. The timestamp on the metadata read October 19, 2025, just days before the alleged confession leak. And then, just as people were debating whether the photos were real, someone zoomed in, tucked under the baby blanket was a small charm bracelet, a delicate gold chain with a single pendant. The shape, the number 6, the internet detonated. That one photo became the most shared image of the week. Fans flooded comment sections with disbelief and anger. There's no way this is coincidence. The Six God literally named his secret baby after his brand. He's been dropping hints this whole time, and we didn't see it. But what happened next was even stranger, and infinitely more dangerous for Drake's team. Only 6 hours after those images went viral, the original account that posted them, Matt London Eyes Witness, vanished, deleted. No trace, no archive. Every reposted image disappeared through DMCA takedowns issued directly from OVO. Sound's legal department, this only fueled the chaos. Fans screamed cover-up. News outlets scrambled for statements. And then, just as people began to lose hope of hearing from Drake himself, he broke his silence at 11:59 p.m. Some things aren't meant for the world yet. That one sentence became a cultural earthquake. Every major entertainment outlet dissected it. Analysts debated whether he was confirming or denying the rumor. Fans turned it into a meme, a lyric, even a hashtag. Within an hour, hashtag Not For The World Yet had 20 million views on TikTok. But behind the frenzy, something even more sinister was brewing. Because while fans were busy decoding Drake's cryptic messages, a new leak dropped from an entirely different source, a hacker. collective known online as the Deep Six. They claim to have obtained private voice memos and encrypted text logs from a phone registered under Drake's management company at first. Everyone dismissed it as another attention grab till the collective posted a one-minute clip titled, "Drake's Confession, the Lost Audio." In it, a man's voice serially identical to Drake's says, "I tried to keep it quiet for his sake. I didn't want another Adonis situation. I didn't want the world to hate her or him. But it's too late now." Then another voice interrupts. "So what are you going to do?" Drake's voice responds, "What I always do, turn pain into art." And then the clip ends. It was raw, broken, and real. Even skeptics couldn't deny the emotion in his tone. Within 24 hours, the audio had been downloaded over 50 million times and shared across every major platform before being taken down under privacy violation claims. At this point, the scandal was beyond containment. News anchors debated it. Podcast hosts made hour-long episodes breaking down his emotional state. Even fellow rappers began chiming in. Kanye West, never one to resist chaos, tweeted and deleted. "So he hit another one, huh? Bro can't stop writing R&B songs about his problems, but can't write a check for honesty." Cardi B commented under a gossip post, "If he did it again, that's wild. You can't keep playing with people's trust like that." The internet got no mercy. And Nicki Minaj, once Drake's close collaborator, liked a tweet that read, "Drake never learned from the first time." Fans immediately took it as shade, igniting a wave of OVO versus Barb's Twitter wars that lasted for days. But then, amid the chaos, a new figure entered the story, a woman named Amira Lawson, a Canadian journalist and self-proclaimed industry insider, who claimed to have spoken directly with someone in Drake's personal circle in a now-viral YouTube video. Amira dropped what she called the real truth behind Drake's secret child. Her source, she said, was a family friend who's seen the baby with their own eyes. According to Amira, the child's existence isn't just a rumor, it's a protected secret, because of an internal conflict between Drake's management team and his family. She claimed Drake's mother, Sandy Graham, allegedly urged him to keep things private until the child was older. Fearing another wave of public ridicule, Amira said, apparently Sandy told him, "Don't make this same mistake twice. Protect your peace first, then your image." And Drake listened. But here's where it gets darker. Amira alleged that the child's mother, Maya, didn't agree with this plan. She reportedly felt abandoned and wanted to go public. But Drake's legal team handled it by offering her financial support in exchange for silence. Amira concluded her video by saying, "This wasn't about shame, it was about control." Drake wanted to control the narrative, the timing, and the truth. That statement blew open a new level of outrage. Fans who had previously defended Drake now felt betrayed. Suddenly, it wasn't about whether the child existed, it was about how far Drake was willing to go to keep his image spotless. Within 48 hours, hashtags like #DrakePayoff, #MayaSpeaks, and #TheSecondSon were trending. Then, out of nowhere, an alleged screenshot surfaced of Maya's private email inbox, shared by a hacker claiming to have accessed her iCloud. The emails included drafts of unsent messages addressed to Drake, one of which read, "I can't do this alone anymore. He deserves to know who his father is." That single line sent shockwaves through the fanbase. People began calling for Maya to speak out publicly. Thousands flooded her modeling agency's website with comments, demanding answers. Anonymous Twitter users even offered to start a GoFundMe to help her break free from the alleged NDA. And then, as if orchestrated by fate, a mysterious baby photo began circulating, one that fans swore looked eerily like young Adonis. Chubby cheeks, light curls, the same hazel eyes. The post was captioned, He's got the Graham eyes. We all see it now. Although the photo was never verified, its spread was unstoppable. The resemblance was haunting and the implications were devastating. Drake's empire began to crack. Sponsors reportedly froze deals. Streaming services paused promotional campaigns. His closest collaborators went silent online. Even his longtime producer, Noah 40 Shabib, posted a cryptic tweet that read, "Sometimes the truth costs more than the lie." Fans interpreted it as confirmation. Meanwhile, OVO's social media team fought to keep control-disabling comments, mass reporting leaks, and issuing copyright claims faster than fans could repost them. But the harder they fought, the more suspicious it looked. And then came the most shocking revelation of all, one that flipped the narrative upside down and made even Drake's harshest critics fall silent. A leaked photo surfaced of Drake and a toddler, allegedly taken inside his Toronto mansion just 2 weeks prior. The source: a former bodyguard who claimed he quit because the lies got too heavy. The photo showed Drake sitting on a couch, smiling faintly as the child, no more than 2 years old, played with a toy airplane on the floor. There was no question it looked real. To real, within minutes, the internet imploded. Fans screamed betrayal, shock, confusion. Some defended him, he's just protecting his child. Others tore him apart, he lied again. He'll always lie. Even celebrities couldn't resist weighing in. Rihanna's account liked a tweet saying, "He's a dad again and still afraid of love." Travis Scott tweeted, "We all got secrets, but this one's wild." But as the storm raged, something even bigger broke. A legal document leak that suggested Drake was preparing to make a public statement, one that could end his career or save it. The document, dated October 25, 2025, allegedly outlined plans for an exclusive sit-down interview with a major network to clarify recent family-related speculation. The name of the interviewer was blurred out, but the date was clear: November 2nd. The world went silent. Everyone knew what that meant. Drake was about to confess, and yet, even as fans braced for his public reckoning, whispers began to circulate from inside OVO suggesting that the confession wouldn't be what anyone expected. Because, according to one insider, the story wasn't just about a hidden baby anymore. It was about something far more dangerous, something that could destroy not just Drake's image, but his entire inner circle. The next section, public and industry reactions, reveals how Hollywood, hip-hop, and the entire internet turned against and for Drake in a frenzy of chaos, loyalty, and betrayal. When the story broke into mainstream media, the reaction was nothing short of volcanic. Within minutes, every major entertainment outlet, TMZ, Complex, Rolling Stone, Entertainment Tonight was running with the headline, "Drake faces new hidden baby scandal, second child allegedly confirmed." The internet was no longer debating whether the story was real. The world had made up its mind. Drake, the man who had once worn his vulnerability like armor, is now being painted as the industry's biggest hypocrite. The fallout began immediately. Brands quietly distanced themselves. Nike, one of Drake's most loyal collaborators, paused promotions of the Nocta line. A spokesperson released a vague statement saying they were reviewing recent developments. Apple Music replaced Drake's front-page banner with a generic hip-hop playlist. Even Spotify updated their editorial note for his artist profile, removing mentions of family and fatherhood. But it wasn't just corporations. Hollywood itself was divided in a now-deleted tweet. J. Cole wrote, "Sometimes privacy ain't about hiding." Fans took it as a defense of Drake. But almost instantly, Meek Mill replied with, "Nah bro, he been doing this too long. You can't hide real life forever." The two comments sparked an hot war between fan bases. OVO diehards and Dreamville supporters clashed across timelines, each side posting screenshots, lyrics, and supposed evidence to prove their points. Then came a surprising twist. Adonis himself became a trending topic. Clips resurfaced of the young boy at basketball games courtside with Drake, laughing and smiling in moments now reinterpreted as coded guilt. People flooded those old videos with comments like, "He had another one the whole..." But there was also compassion in unexpected places. Lil Wayne, Drake's longtime mentor, gave a brief interview outside a Miami studio, saying that boy's been through more than y'all can imagine. People forget he's human. Let him talk when he's ready. The internet didn't care. Every influencer, podcast, and talk show turned the situation into entertainment. TikTokers staged dramatized phone calls pretending to be Drake's PR team. YouTubers posted deep dive breakdowns titled The Hidden Child Theory, everything you missed. Even late night hosts like Jimmy Fallon and Trevor Noah made jokes about the Six God and his six secrets. But not everyone was laughing behind the scenes. Multiple industry insiders claimed Drake's team was collapsing under pressure. PR representatives were reportedly quitting. One OVO executive allegedly told Rolling Stone off the record, "We can't control this. Every day there's a new leak, a new photo, a new story. It's out of our hands now." And then came the most explosive reaction yet from Maya Renee herself. After weeks of silence, she finally broke it. In a voice note uploaded anonymously to SoundCloud later, confirmed to be hers by multiple media outlets, Maya said, "I never wanted this. I never asked for fame. I asked for honesty. I kept my promise to him because I loved him and because I believed him when he said he'd protect us. But when protection turns into erasure, it's no longer love." The internet froze. The recording, soft and trembling, clocked at just under 2 minutes. But it was enough to ignite an inferno. Fans rushed to defend her. She's a victim of his PR machine. She stayed silent for the child, not for clout. Drake's done for. There's no coming back. Others claimed it was fake, AI generated, or part of an orchestrated smear campaign. But every attempt to discredit it only amplified its reach. Within 12 hours, the clip had over 100 million plays across TikTok and X, even Adele weighed in during a live concert in Las Vegas, pausing mid-set to say, "I love Drake, but if that woman's telling the truth, I hope she finds peace." That one comment, emotional and unscripted, turned the tide. Suddenly, the story wasn't just about Drake's alleged deceit, it became a cultural conversation about power, privacy, and the cost of fame. Meanwhile, Drake remained completely silent. No interviews, no statements, just a trail of cryptic activity online. He unfollowed over 50 accounts in one day. He deleted 3 Instagram posts, including one featuring Adonis. Then fans noticed something eerie: his bio changed from Champagne Papi to a single phrase. "Everything comes to light." That one move reignited everything. Theories flooded in. Was he preparing to confess publicly? Was the interview scheduled for November 2nd really happening? Or was this just another layer of manipulation to control the narrative one last time? By this point, Drake's silence had become his loudest statement. Every hour he didn't speak made the world hungrier for his voice. Even major news channels got involved. CNN ran a segment titled "Drake's Hidden Family Allegations: The Dark Side of Privacy in Pop Culture." BBC published an editorial called "Why We Can't Stop Obsessing Over Drake's Secrets." And in the midst of the storm, Drake's fans, once his greatest defenders, were divided. Some vowed to stand by him no matter what. Others felt betrayed and disillusioned. "He's the reason we believed in vulnerability," one fan wrote on Reddit. "Now, it all feels fake." But as the countdown to November 2nd grew closer, one chilling rumor began spreading: that the upcoming interview wasn't going to reveal the truth, was going to bury it. Anonymous insiders whispered that Drake wasn't planning to confess at all. Instead, he was going to expose the people who betrayed him, the leakers, the hackers, and even members of his own team. And, allegedly, his side of the story would include evidence that would turn everything the public believed upside down. The calm before the storm had never felt so heavy, because if the whispers were true, Drake wasn't just fighting for his reputation anymore, he was preparing for war. What he revealed next would shatter every illusion, every rumor. Every Senj in the world would finally learn who was truly telling the truth. The next section, Final Twist and Cliffhanger 900 Words, reveals the shocking last-minute revelation that changes everything we thought we knew about Drake's hidden child, and why this story is far from over. November 2nd, 2025, the day the world stopped to watch one man either fall or fight for redemption. For nearly 2 weeks, all eyes had been locked on Drake. His alleged confession had rocked the internet. But tonight, the truth, or whatever version of it he chose to tell, was finally coming. The stage was set for a live, globally broadcasted interview with a major network, hosted by none other than journalist Nia Carter. Known for her piercing interviews with celebrities in crisis, the promo trailer alone broke viewership. Records clips of Drake sitting in shadow, his hands clasped, his voice calm yet trembling. The caption, for the first time ever: Drake speaks. Millions tuned in. YouTube crashed. Twitter's servers slowed. Even CNN and BBC simulcasted the event. The world was ready for a confession, but what they got was something far, far stranger. The interview opened softly. Nia's tone was calm, sympathetic. "Drake," she began, "you've been silent through what might be the biggest controversy of your career. Why now?" Drake looked up, his eyes weary but unflinching. "Because silence has turned into lies. And I'm tired of letting other people tell my story." He paused. The room was dead quiet. Millions held their breath. Then Nia asked the question everyone was waiting for. "Is it true? Do you have another child that the world doesn't know about?" Drake didn't look shocked. He didn't deny it. Instead, he leaned forward, elbows on his knees, and said, "What's true is that I've been protecting someone who didn't ask for this. But what's false is everything you think you know about it." A hush fell over the crowd. Nia blinked, confused. "So you're saying the child isn't yours?" Drake exhaled slowly. "I'm saying this story was built on a lie that someone wanted to sell. And that lie had a purpose: to hurt me, and to distract from something much bigger." He looked straight into the camera. "The person who started this isn't who you think." Gasps filled social media live chats. Comments poured in. "What does he mean? He's blaming Maya." This just got darker. Drake continued, his tone measured but fierce. "Someone I trusted, someone in my circle, used my private life to get leverage. They twisted my words, leaked my recordings, and made up a story about a baby. But the truth is, the baby exists. He's real. He's just not mine." Nia froze. "Wait, what are you saying?" Drake nodded. "The child belongs to someone else. Someone close to me. And I was protecting them, not hiding them." The world exploded. Millions of viewers flooded the comments section in disbelief. "What? He's lying. He's covering it up. This changes everything." Drake leaned back, looking exhausted. "I didn't hide my son. I didn't hide anyone. I was asked to protect a friend, and I kept that promise. But when the story leaked, it was easier for the world to believe the worst version of me, because that's what sells." Then came the twist nobody saw coming. Drake reached into his jacket pocket, pulling out a small USB drive. He placed it on the table in front of him. "On this drive," he said quietly, "is everything Meals, recordings, messages proving how this story was built. The blackmail, the fake screenshots, the people who got paid to make it look real." Nia's eyes widened. "Are you saying you were extorted?" He nodded. "For months. By someone I used to call family. The name," he said, "would be revealed in time." But what stunned everyone even more was his next line. "The person behind this isn't done. They want to take down more than just me. They want to break everyone connected to OVO." Suddenly, the lights flickered. For a split second, the broadcast cut to static. When it returned, Drake looked off camera, visibly shaken. Producers whispered frantically, the atmosphere tense. Nia asked, "Is everything okay?" Drake half smiled. "That's the thing about telling the truth," he said. "The people who built the lie don't want you to finish." The broadcast ended abruptly. No goodbye, no closing remarks, just a sudden fade to black dot within minutes. Conspiracy theories erupted. Some viewers claimed the stream had been intentionally cut. Others swore they heard a muffled voice in the background right before it ended, saying something like, "He knows too much." Then came the most chilling twist yet. An hour after the broadcast, Drake's Instagram account vanished. His website redirected to a blank page that read simply, "Truth takes time." Fans panicked. Some believed he'd been silenced. Others thought it was part of a larger rollout album, a documentary, a trap set for whoever betrayed him. Meanwhile, news outlets scrambled for clarification. Nia Carter tweeted, "Clarification." Nia Carter tweeted, "The full interview was not supposed to end that way. We're investigating what happened to the live feed. More soon." But the damage and the mystery was already complete, because by dawn the next morning, a mysterious anonymous account posted a new video clip labeled Part 2. It showed Drake pacing in a dark room, speaking directly to someone off camera. His voice was urgent, almost trembling. "They think I don't know who leaked it, but I do, and when I expose them, they'll wish it was just about a baby." Then the clip ended. That 12-second video reignited every theory imaginable. Fans dissected every frame, searching for clues in the shadows behind him. One commenter swore they saw a silhouette of a woman, another claimed it was one of his producers. Others thought it was Maya herself. But one theory began to dominate the narrative: that Drake was setting up the ultimate trappa-calculated media move to expose his betrayers publicly. Some believed the hidden baby was only the surface of a deeper scandal involving betrayal, blackmail, and millions in hush money. Others feared the story had gone beyond control, that Drake was in real danger. The truth? Nobody knew. And that's exactly how he wanted it. Because in the final hours before disappearing from social media entirely, Drake left one last message on X: "When you find out who's behind this, remember I warned you." The tweet was deleted 10 minutes later, but screenshots lived forever. The story wasn't over. It had just evolved, and the world was now waiting, trembling with anticipation, for the next revelation that could destroy everything or reveal the biggest plot twist in music history. Drake had promised the truth would come out. But the question now wasn't if. It was when. And when it does, the world might never look at him or anyone in OVO the same way again. So, after everything we've seen, the leaked audios, the secret photos, the cryptic interview, and Drake's sudden disappearance from the internet, one thing's clear: this story is far from over. The question now is, what really happened behind the scenes? Was Drake truly hiding another child? Or has he been caught in a much darker web of betrayal, blackmail, and revenge from inside his own circle? We may not know the full truth yet, but something massive is coming. The way this ended, the way the broadcast was cut off mid-sentence, the way Drake's accounts vanished, all of it feels deliberate, like he's planning something bigger. Maybe a Talal documentary, maybe a song that will break the internet, or maybe another confession that no one's ready for. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe Drake's confession was genuine, or was it a calculated move to flip the narrative? Was Maya Renee a victim of manipulation, or part of something even more twisted? And what about that USB drive? What's really on it? Drop your theories in the comments below. Tell me what you think happened, because this mystery is getting deeper by the hour. And the clues are out there if you look closely enough. And if you think this story is wild now, just wait until the next chapter drops. Because what's coming next might not just expose Drake, it could expose the entire music industry. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, because when the next leak drops, you'll want to be the first to know. The truth about Drake's hidden baby isn't over, it's only just begun. Stay tuned, stay watching, stay suspicious.